So basically, I'm freaking out a bit, or I was freaking out, but now I'm kind of like more calm because I realize that it's just part of the journey and there's nothing to freak out about. Okay.
What were you freaking out about?
So I don't know, just biking in the dark and arriving places late.
Yeah, but have you biked in the dark a lot before?
Yeah, totally. But like, it's like a pain. Everything's a pain, but it's okay.
Yeah, because pain is pleasure.
Pain is pleasure. Exactly. That's the lesson here. That's pretty much the lesson
Yeah,
always. Okay.
My name is Rose, and we're happy to welcome Artem into our home last night.
Yes. I'm very happy as well to be welcomed.
My husband David and I got the warm shower message shortly the day before he was going to arrive, asking us if we had a place. And we said sure.
Yep.
And when he told us he was arriving sometime in the evening, like at 8, we were a little surprised, thinking, okay, we have all these conditions of cold and snow and night and a solo bike rider, but he made it safely to the bridge in Ogdensburg, where the customs people, maybe you could tell that story, Artem.
Oh yeah, the customs people, that was crazy. They thought I was crazy, basically. Mm-hmm. That's the gist of it.
Well,
they almost didn't let me into the States, pretty much.
And he biked across the bridge that you're not allowed to bike on, one of the few bridges that you can't. But he got across, and the customs people called us to make sure that he was legit, I think, and that he really did have a place to come to.
It was a weird time to come into the States.
Hi, I'm Kim Bouchard, and I live in Saranac Lake, New York. And it was such a wonderful pleasure to have you come and be here in my home. Yeah. I'm a theater director, and I direct plays at our local theater company here called Pendragon in Saranac Lake, New York. Mm-hmm. And I think that stories are the most wonderful things about being human. So this story of Artem and his journey down the
East
Coast of the United States is quite wonderful, and I'm so glad I'm here at the early part of this voyage to be able to be part of his experience. And I think it's particularly courageous to do it in the wintertime because we got lots of snow, we got lots of wonderful, beautiful, beautiful mountains, but it's cold. So good luck, Artem.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey, so I just want to take this moment to explain a few things, I guess. So I'm bicycling in February. I'm going down, as you heard, the east coast of the States. It's really kind of painful, but the thing is that when I get further south, it'll get warmer just because of the seasons and because it's like further south. So I feel like the whole point is that I'll just appreciate things a lot more. And that's kind of what you get with cycle touring in general. So doing it in the cold and going from like cold to warmth it just emphasizes that, I guess.
Artem, it's been really fun having you visit. I have to say that when I got a warm showers request in the middle of the evening when it was freezing cold outside and in the winter, I didn't believe it. So it's true that I interrogated you quite a lot to figure out, is this guy for real? But you are, and I was very pleased to host you. I think I told you that one of the things that I liked the most when you answered my queries was why you were traveling here, and you said something that struck a nerve with me because it's something I think about a lot, which is that you wanted to run away from winter and you were going to do it on your bike. And I thought, damn, that sounds good to me. I've dreamed about doing that for a long time. I pictured what it would be like to hop on the bike and ride 30, 40, 50 miles and keep doing it every day until things got warmer. And that's what you're going to do. So I'm very excited for you, and I admire you for doing it, and I hope you have a great trip, and it's been good seeing you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I was on a trip to Montreal for a weekend, and I rented a bike for a few hours and rode it up on Mount Royal. And I had no idea it would be that fun.
Yeah. That was your first time, right? You said.
First mountain bike ride, yes.
Yeah.
And I had ridden motorcycles since I was a kid, and it was very similar and had a lot of the same aspects to it that I liked about motorcycles, but I thought it would be more affordable, better, more healthy. So I went back to Boston, immediately started looking for a used bike, and I bought an old bike, and eventually raced in a race in Boston, and then I decided to sell my motorcycle and buy a really nice mountain bike from a handmade one from my neighborhood.
Yeah.
From Independent Fabrication.
Yeah, so that's what I found to be like the cool part. You just like completely committed. Okay. Hi, so Tom, so what is it that you were saying you love about cycle touring so much?
Well, the tours never really stop and start. It's just one tour, really. The first day of my next tour just directly follows the final day of my last. And lasting memories come and stories from random encounters and events that would never happen unless I toured.
Yeah, for sure. You were saying about that, like, that just like the randomness of it, and that's what is like really beautiful about touring. And
just amazing improbabilities. One of the ones I think of is I was riding from Nashua to Philly over through the Berkshires and down through New York, and I came across the Appalachian Trail in September, and I figured, well, wouldn't it be something to meet somebody going end to end? And I figured that they would have to be coming from north to south that time of year, and very few people go that way. And I went into a little town that was a village that was right close by, quaint little place. It was lunchtime, and I went and I was going to go to this restaurant, and here came a guy with his dad, and he was going from Maine to Georgia. Now, what are the odds of that? And we sat down and had lunch together.
Okay, I'm starting.
Good.
Okay,
Let's do it.
So I am here in Cambridge, near Boston, right across from Boston. I've been here for I was going to be here for 2 days, but now I'm here for 3 days. Woohoo! So how did you guys like the experience of me being around here?
Great.
Well,
yeah.
Fun?
Up until a few days ago, we led a very dull and boring existence.
Yeah.
And then, Autumn arrived!
Woo! I feel like you
and we had no idea how much fun life could be.
You guys need to cheer to emphasize the amount of people here. Okay.
We went hiking in the snow. That was fun.
Yeah, so you guys had a snow day, right?
Yeah, we had a big snow day.
I had 2.
And the best thing to do during a snow day.
I learned how good my balance is.
Oh yes, the balance was great in the hiking.
How did you get to the hike?
That was sarcasm. How did we get to the hike? We
We took a bus.
A bus! Woo! Buses!
So that could segue into so you guys don't have a car.
Boo car!
Boo car. So what's the kind of mentality behind that?
Cars are evil.
Cars are useless and evil. Okay, cool.
You said those are your words, not mine.
And so what's the point? The point is that public transport is better, right?
Just anything except for cars. Because in the city you just don't need cars. They take up way too much space. They're pointless.
The street is for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of I'd call it anti-car activism type of deal.
Well,
yeah. So
lazyism.
Lazy.
Don't do anything about it. Talk about it. Don't do much.
Talk about it, and then yeah. So basically ride your bike or take public transport.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hi, my name's Tony Schrolis, and we're sitting in my dining room in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yep.
I've got this fellow who's riding his bike from Canada in the winter, cross country. This is the first warm showers hosting that I've done in the winter months.
It is for many people.
I mean, I ride my bike in the winter, and you know, I have, you know, had my touring bike out last night, and I've got the studded tires on it and everything. So I'm like, riding a bike in the winter isn't weird to me. I haven't personally toured in the winter, partly due to the additional gear that you have to sort of drag along with you, and the other things you have to think about. I tend to stealth camp a lot, and stealth camping in the winter can be really exciting, as I've done it locally around here, and done blizzard camping, but not done it in a traveling sense, where I'm out in the middle of the woods, far away from people, in a blizzard. So these are all interesting things that's making me think about, hey, maybe I would like to try to do a week or two in the winter in the Northeast, just to do it, and figure out my winter camping tips and tricks and the things that you do to stay alive and comfortable, which I know I don't have. You know, I'm a really lame, inexperienced winter camper. But it'd be kind of magical once you got into the you know, tent and you're tucked in and it's like a foot of snow outside.
Hi, so I'm just outside right now, and I'm on my way, finally, to New York City today. And yeah, so it's gonna be pretty fun getting there, pretty crazy. I've been here before on a bicycle, to New York City, but in the summer, so I don't know, it's gonna look different in the winter. I'm excited to see Central Park and all that. Oh, there's some traffic coming through, it might be loud. But yeah, a lot of excitement. It's gonna be really fun. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, that's it.